Wagwan, everybody. Wagwan. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Imps Ting podcast show with your boy Cornell in the house, back again with another video. And today I am doing a match review of Lincoln City versus Forest Green Rovers. Before we get into the video, smash a like on my YouTube video. Thank you to the 330 subscribers who have subscribed to my YouTube channel. It really means a lot. Thank you very much. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So us Lincoln City have another draw from yesterday where us Lincoln City competed against Forest Green Rovers and took them on at the LNER Stadium. Obviously, for me, it was a slightly big game because obviously Forest Green Rovers has obviously been our rivals from since the National League days and things like that. Do you know what I mean? For me, this was like a different game. Do you know what I mean? And for me, Cornell B, was happy with the draw, but then Cornell B, more wanted us to go on and win. But obviously, we'll take a draw. We've got three draws in 4 games, which is good. And then I think for me, the biggest highlight for me, fam, was seeing Jordan Garrett come on the pitch. I mean, there were one or two changes. Bishop was playing in an attacking midfield role, and then Tashin Oatley Booth was playing in the midfield along with Sorensen and Sanders. And for me, I thought the whole team was decent on the way they played. I thought the first half we looked good. We had clear-cut chances. I think the Hopper chance he should have put that away. I know there was big talk about should Kendall be playing now, fam. I think I want to see Kendall playing, but knowing my luck, I think Kendall's not going to play on Tuesday because obviously Kennedy feels that Kendall needs to be playing would be better playing in cup games. But the same way you can play him in the cup games, you have to play him in the league games too, because he can make a difference. But then you got to think about, well, Hopper is the captain now, so obviously you wouldn't want to drop the captain. But I think like it shows that we are lacking, and we need a proven goal scorer. And I'm sure there's other clubs crying out for a striker, but we Mighty Lincoln City are crying out for a striker, and we need a striker to come in, a proven goal scorer. I don't care if it's Barahino, I don't care if it's Ashley Benji Seal. Do you know what I mean? It's too difficult right now, with all due respect, fam. But other than that, the performance, I thought there were times when we were vulnerable, and there were times that we kept passing it at the back from toe to toe. It wasn't. There were times where we were pressed. The pressing we did was good, but then there were times where they were coming at us, and we were thinking, "Oh my god," our back line was panicking at times. But then what we did was we just kept on going. I thought the distributions from Rushworth was brilliant. First half, he was fantastic. Shame about him conceding the goal. And then Tashinoti Booth comes off. And then, obviously, Jordan Garrick, my Jamaican boy, Jordan Garrick, come on and made something different. He put something on. He made something different. Jordan Garrick, just like my creative tune, welcome to Garrick. Out in the street, they call it Garrick. Welcome to Garrick came onto the pitch and made something different. His explosive pace, trickery, he was direct. Even when he had 2 defenders on him, he never stopped running. And that's the great thing about him. Now, he has made 8 successful dribbles in League One this season. He has done, that is a fantastic, wicked stat. When I saw that today on Twitter today, I reacted to that. That was a fabulous, wicked stat there. And this is why I say Jordan Garrett is going to be our best key player this new season. And I will be very interested. I can even see him playing on Tuesday and possibly on Saturday as well. Although we don't want too much pressure on him. But he can make a difference. And he'll make a difference on Tuesday. I want to see him playing up with Scully as well. Imagine Scully and Garrett playing. But knowing my luck, I think he is going to change it and he's probably going to make, you know, one or two changes and probably put, because we still got more other attacking options as well. So let's not get that straight. But the goal, despite it was an own goal, it was well taken. And I thought the chances that Garrick had, you know, he had two clear cut chances. It could have been 2 or 3 goals there, but Hopper's one was the biggest one. And then obviously we were cruising the game, and then for some reason we just took our foot off the gas and took our foot off the pedal, sorry. And it was just like, well, we didn't have enough steam. The defending was poor old school defending. I think TJ Ullman needed to do a bit better on his defending. I mean, stop Wickham, because you know what Wickham's gonna do. Even when Wickham came on, the game started to change. And when they scored the equalising goal, which gave Rushworth no chance, then they started to come in and cruise the game. And then we started to panic. But we still stayed in the game and we still held our breath. And, you know, we'll take a point from that. But then we will look at that game. The players will look at that game and say, well, we should have won the game. But listen, you know, it's early days still. The transfer window hasn't even closed yet. There's still more players coming. And I can see a proven goal scorer. The Kendall situation, all of us Imps fans were destined to see Kendall play. But I think for me, you're thinking, well, does Kendall not fit the way that Mark Kennedy wants to play? Is it the style of play that maybe Mark Kennedy feels that maybe Kendall can't play, he doesn't want to risk him and then probably gets injured? But he's an exciting prospect. He will score goals. He will win you games. And if he came on, no disrespect to Van Arm, big up Charles Van Arm, because Charles Van Arm came on and made a slightly contribution, but he didn't have the time to do it. If Kendall had come on as the final substitute, he would have made a difference. I mean, yeah, Van Arm came on for Hopper, but I know some fans will say, well, I would have rather see Kendall come on for Hopper and get the winning goal, because there were 5 minutes in the game. And I was like, you know what? Let's get the winning goal. Push on to get the winning goal. The chances we had, Sanders' chance, well, it was kind of like an unlucky chance. But I think James Robson had a decent game. He was, despite, you know, there was some sloppy passes from him at times, but he did try to get himself in the game and try to get his vibe into the game. But it didn't really make a difference. But the one that made a difference in the game from start to finish, even though he came on for Tashin, was Garrick. Garrick made something happen. And to have, I'm saying it again, 8 successful dribbles in League One this new season for us, Lincoln City, is just amazing. And Garrick has to start this Tuesday. Even if Scully plays on the wing on the left side or Van Arm plays on the left side, I want to see Garrick start, because Garrick is going to be one hell of a player this new season. And I would not be surprised if there's another wheel coming. I will not be surprised. And then possibly could be even 3. Another permanent one, which could be a proven goal scorer. I still think we need an experienced midfielder. Someone like Tom Carroll would make something happen. So I wouldn't mind seeing a Barahino, man. A Barahino would be brilliant for this team. Or even an Ashley Benji Seal, because he's played for Wolves, and that's the connection that Mark Kennedy has. I don't care who it is, but just someone to score the goals. But Kendall is our man. Kendall's running things, and he'll make something happen. And I mean, I can't really say what's going on, but I think it could be the start of play. We might even see him possibly go out on loan. I hope not. Although I think Draper could go out on loan and get more playing time, because he's not far away from coming back. But for me, listen, let's just wait and see who comes around. The transfer window is still open. Who knows? And then obviously I'm going to preview the Lincoln City versus Oxford United this Tuesday. I'm just going to read all your comments. Jack Reeve, hello, mate. Who can you see us bring? Listen, for me, I can see another Lone Star coming in. I do see possibly, I would like to see Acuro Flex from West Ham come on loan, because he is real quality for West Ham. I wouldn't mind that. I would like to see a Barahino, although Sheffield United fans didn't rate him, Although the first half of this of last season he was good, and then second half of the season he started to flop. But I think Mark Kennedy knows who he wants. I wouldn't mind seeing an Ashley Benji Steele. I wouldn't mind that. That would be brilliant. Yeah, Owen Cottenham should have beat Forest Green Rovers yesterday. Yes. I do agree with that. We should have beaten them and we should have got the 3 points because we were cruising, and the 3 points should have come to us. Do you know what I mean? Jack Reeve again bringing in. Listen, whoever comes in Lone Star, I still believe Tom Carroll will come in. I wouldn't mind seeing Tom Carroll come in, but I think the biggest one at the moment is a proven goal scorer, and we are crying out for a striker. And if Barahina was to come in, or Ashley Benji Seal, or someone who's a striker that's a free agent right now, I would be very, very happy. Owen says the referee was absolutely blind. He couldn't do his job properly. Yeah, he was blind. The referee was biased. There was a few key decisions that the referee should have made, and the referee didn't make them. But listen, it is what it is. Yeah, the referee was absolutely blind, couldn't do his job properly. Owen says we seem to like just couldn't find a goal. Oh yeah, I think when they equalised, it was, I think Hopper started to look tired and Van Arn came on, and I think most fans were more crying out to see Kendall come on and change the game, but it didn't happen. So, but Van Arn couldn't create anything. Owen says, to me, we should drop Hopper for Garrick. I don't see Mark Kennedy dropping Hopper because Hopper is the captain. He's our Imps captain, and obviously he is still going to play him. Garrick will play, but he will either play on the left or he'll play on the right. He'll probably put Garrick on the left and put Scully on the right. So I don't see Hopper being dropped this Tuesday coming. I would want to see Kendall play his first League One game against Oxford United, but it looks likely it's going to happen. Jack Reese says, Cornell, you should be the first. You should be a striker for Lincoln. Yeah, I wish I was. If I knew of it before back in the day, then fair enough. Yeah. Owen says we've had a lot of playing from the back more usual, but because we just couldn't get the ball forward. Yeah, we were playing from the back, and the first half we was victim of that. O'Connor was very fortunate to get out his box. Regan Paul was a bit vulnerable at times, but he stuck together and he made something happen. But I think he's still at fault for the goal. TJ Ulmer should have done better with, as I said, with the defending. But what it did do, we kept our nerve and just kept ourselves in the game. So, I wouldn't get too hasty on TJ, but I think the only thing he needs to improve on is just his defending. Defend much better. Dr. Bunstick says Garrick Big Man Tings. Yeah, of course. He's running the show this new season. Jordan Garrick, Jamaican Usain Bolt Garrick, making a difference. That's why we brought him in on loan, for him to get playing time. And that's the reason, Jordan Garrick is the best player we got right now. Yes, I know he just come in, but to have 8 successful dribbles this new season, this shows what we are in store for. We have got a baller. We've got a direct baller who can score goals. Do you know what I mean? It's difficult to say because there's been a few. He at the previous clubs he's been at, he hasn't had much games and hasn't scored a lot of goals. But Garrick obviously scored, although it was an own goal. But I have a feeling he's going to be in that starting lineup this Tuesday coming against Oxford. I'll tell you that. Owen says, to me, I would love to see a permanent side like Theo Robertson. Listen, Theo Robertson ain't coming. It's not going to happen. Theo Robertson is the past. Yes, Theo Robertson was brilliant. He's past tense. We're not in the Cowley era anymore. This is the Mark Kennedy era. New faces are coming. There's better than Theo Robertson. Yes, Theo Robertson will always go down as the best player for Lincoln City, who was always famous to obviously scoring goals, and really getting themselves into the vibe and stuff. But Theo Robertson ain't coming back. End of. It's not going to happen. Dr. Bunstick says, as a Lincoln fan, it makes me so proud to be a Lincoln fan. Yeah, you should be, man. keep being the best Lincoln City fan that you are, and keep getting behind the boys and keep supporting them as you always do. Jack Reese says, "You off to Oxford?" No, mate, I'm at work, but I'll be listening to it on the radio on Radio Lincolnshire, and keeping and obviously listening to the commentary. So I'm looking forward to the Oxford game. It'll be very interesting to see what lineup it be. I mean, if there was a lineup, if the lineup had to be something, I think it'll be, Rushworth in goal, back line, TJ Ulmer, Poole, O'Connor, and Robson in the defense. Midfield for me, obviously there's no Tashin, so Tashin ain't gonna play. So for me, I think it will be Sorensen, Sanders, and Bishop in the midfield. To be honest, and I think on the wings, I think I think Garrick will probably play on the right. Scully will play on the wing, play on the left, because when he plays on the left, he's frightening. But the only thing I'll probably criticize Scully is when he gets that first touch, he needs to improve that. He needs to improve that. And then I think up front for me, obviously Hopper's going to be up front. We're all going to cry out for Kendall to play, but I think for me, a proven goal scorer is needed. Do you know what I mean? But that's the lineup for me. As long as we can carry on playing the way we played, we will beat Oxford and we will get that 3 points. The first 3 points is coming. But for me, that is the team that I think that Lincoln City will play on Tuesday. Jack Rafe says, "You're going to go to any of the away games, mate?" Yeah, of course. If I'm not at work and things, then fair enough. Yeah, I'll be able to go to the home games. But when work's involved, I can't do anything about it. So that's the reality of it. If you're in work that day or that weekend, then you can't help that. But yeah, never say never when you're going to see me at an away game. You might even see me at away game next month. Who knows, man? But listen, even if I'm not at the games, I still get behind the players and I still support them and back them, even if I'm there or I'm not there. Doesn't matter. But other than that, the performance from Saturday was a decent performance. Should have won the game, should have killed the game, but we've got Tuesday to put it right, and I know the players will put it right. Trust me. The third clean sheet will come for Rushworth. I thought Rushworth's distributions made a very good difference. I thought he pulled us on crucial saves. Unlucky with the conceding of the goal. Now you can do about it because you know what Connor Wickham is going to do to you. Connor Wickham can really make something happen. But other than that, I think the best player for me that had a good performance from start to finish and made something different was Garrick. Garrick made something happen. And he really put on a show. And even when two defenders were at him, he got past him and he was not afraid. I mean, the two clear cut chances he had, we could have had 2 or 3 goals in that game. But Garrick is just one hell of a player. Jack Ray says, "Do you see Rushworth being an upgrade on Griffiths?" Yeah, 100%. I totally agree. I think Rushworth is better than Griffiths. No disrespect, despite that Griffiths, had 2 clean sheets, which was poor. I'm not saying that Rushworth is poor, but Rushworth is showing that he can be that number one. He's a new version of Alex Palmer, because Alex Palmer was the same thing. But Alex Palmer still went on and got 18 clean sheets under Appleton. And that got us into the, to go into the playoffs. So, I think Rushworth is a new upgrade on Griffiths, definitely. So I do agree with that, 100%. But for me, it was a very good performance, and the players should be proud. The support that the players that the fans gave the players on Saturday was brilliant. Brilliant of the club to do 3 bottle of waters for us fans, because it was hot, to be fair. I'm not complaining. I'm loving the hot sun. Please don't get me wrong. But other than that, we was good. But come this Tuesday, we're going to be much better. Trust me. So thank you very much for watching my my Imps Ting podcast show. I'll see you in the next video. Up the Imps.